Well, we needed that. Sometimes you have an off week and you don't like it because you're playing well, and you like to stay in rhythm. And I think for us, the off week came at a great time for us coaches to kind of make sure we're on the right track, get our players healed up, and get ready to finish the season. We got 5 games left, and really 5 good games. And again, we've got a lot to accomplish.
There's this idea of going 5-0 and finishing strong and being a hot prospect for a bowl committee. Can that be a thought, or is it really just one at a time, guys?
Well, I think it's is that cliche, one at a time? For us, we want to win one game. We won one. We will win one game. We got North Texas is our next opportunity. We can't look too far ahead. We're not that good a football team. We've got to be our best each week, and we think we have opportunities to do that. But again, we've got to get it done, and certainly it's got to be one game at a time for us.
When you go to play a team that hadn't won yet, are they, in a way, in their own way, are they kind of scary since they're still looking for their first?
I think they're very scary. They've changed coaches. They've got some new strategies that they're doing. It's kind of a situation they've got nothing to lose, and they've done some things differently. So it's a little not totally sure what we're going to see. But, no, Mike Canales has been there. Mike has been their offensive coordinator. They're doing some different things defensively, actually. And so it'll be an interesting change up and see. And still, they're going to play 11. We're going to play 11, and we got to be at our best.
You said Mike Canales? Yeah, he's been kind of an OC at Arizona, I think, in the past, and so he's been around big boy football. I mean,
he's been around. He's worn big boy pads before, so he's been around big boy football, and yes, he has, and he's been with I think Coach McCarney for several years there at North Texas.
Did the week off? How key was that for Dalton, maybe to get healed up and get away from the game?
Well, you know what I like, and especially where we are, I like to get away from football just a little bit for them, and take a day away. We practiced. But the main thing is to give them a little time off, to heal up, training room, all those type of things. We practiced yesterday and got back in the flow. Today will be an off day for us, and we'll go a little bit lighter throughout the week. I want our guys to be hungry and fast and fly around and get excited about playing football. This is college football. College football. We just get excited about playing college football.
You think Dalton's confidence level is rising in himself with all these reps over the last couple of weeks?
There's no doubt. Dalton's a pretty confident guy. He's a little bit, and I kind of equate him to a Jim Kelly I knew when I was at Miami. I didn't coach Jim, but I got to know Jim, and he's a kind of a free spirit. He just loves to play. He's tough. Jim was one of the toughest guys. Jim was a linebacker before he went to at Penn State, before he went to play quarterback. But he's a guy that I really like the way he plays. We can win with Dalton.
Simple question, but I know you were talking about Jarvion with the guys over there. How important is it to really get this running game going?
Well, I think it's very important. I tell you, when I've been a good coach, I've had good running backs and had a lot of running skills. And then the passing game kind of made it easy off of that. We've got to be able to do that, and also we've got to be able to slow down their blitzes. They really hurt us last week with Southern Miss with the blitz packages and really attacked us, and it was a tough day for us.
How concerned are you with Blake long term, looking months down the road?
Well, I don't know yet. He's going to be evaluated, but yeah, I'm concerned about it because this concussion thing now we know more, a lot. I say we physicians know a lot more about it now than they did before, and so it's not just a casual thing. It's something they want to make sure. And when he comes out of here, he's going to have his degree, and he's going to have an opportunity to be a successful person in the world, so to speak, because he wants to be healthy, and I want him to be healthy.
Who will be the backup on Saturday, Coach?
Have Manny Harris.
What about your offensive line? Obviously, they've had their own struggles here. What can you do to kind of help them out a little bit here?
Well, we're not going to import anybody. We've got our guys we have. And I tell you, we're a little bit thin there. And I'll tell you what happens, too, when you're thin and then you lose a couple of guys, you get thinner in a hurry. And I want to challenge our players. Mike Markson does a great job of coaching those guys. I want to play hard and compete. Again, we're not a dominant offensive line. I know that, but again, I think we could be much better. We'll play better Saturday against North Texas. But again, we've got to do a good job of really the guys that are out there playing hard, having some fun. Again, Juan is one that's we missed an offensive center. We've missed a quarterback and we missed an offensive center, and those are two key cogs in the offense. If you miss those guys, it's tough. But hopefully, get those guys back this week.
Where's the confidence level now with this group?
Well, I think confidence level is there. I don't know if it's hard to say. I think we've got to make our own confidence, and I think the thing we've got to do is make some good things happen early. We do that, then I think confidence tends to build. But I've got confidence in them. I think we've got good football players. I really do. We struggle, we know that, but again, I like our football players, I like our coaching staff. And again, we've got to work extremely hard. You've got to make some things happen, and it's not going to happen by accident.
Coach told us that Dalton would be the guy this week. Where's y'all's confidence level at in him as your
I mean,
quarterback?
it's growing every week, obviously, with the circumstance of Blake going down. I mean, he's came in and filled the role well, and I think he's just, getting better every week, every practice, and so I'm really excited to see him play this weekend.
What needs to improve within this offense as a whole?
I mean, we've been getting heated up a lot offensive line-wise, and so, obviously we need a little more time in the pocket, but throwing and catching the ball I think is going to help us out.
Have you had a chance over this bye week to look at North Texas at all?
Yeah, we started looking at them a little bit, obviously, without, not as much practicing. They want us to do, a little extra, film time and studying. And so, they're a good team. They're sound defense, but they've been switching it up now with the head coach loss. They've kind of switched up their defense, so it's kind of hard to get a beat on right now.
You feel like the bye week revived y'all?
Yeah, definitely. We had a lot of guys beat up. There was a lot of guys beat up. And so they did a good job of, orchestrating practice and, giving us a chance to really get our feet back under us.
Cliched, but is it refreshing to have had that week off?
It is cliche, but it is refreshing. We had a couple days off, 2 light practices and stuff, and gotta get a head start on what they're doing. They had a game week, so we're a little head start on them, but it feels good. We're ready to come out and play.
The schedule looks kind of favorable for the next few weeks, but can you look at that, or does it simply have to be let's just get that first one?
Yeah, we can't look at that at all. We're 1-6, and you can't look ahead right now. It's a one-game season mentality Coach has been preaching this week, and so we just got to take it one game at a time and get that next win.
You guys still pretty confident?
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely. We're confident. It's just we've had a rough stretch, but we got to get another one to get some more confidence going into these next games.
Revive this team in any way?
Yeah, I believe so. We had a great practice yesterday, a lot of energy. Definitely, coming from, losing a game in 7 minutes is definitely good to kind of step away from it, and do other things besides football. Kind of clear your mind off of it, not so much think of how much we've lost. But yeah, definitely Coach Coker came in and said that we needed to win. It's a one-game season, and we really want to go into UNT and beat them. They're winless, and we want to keep them that way.
He said something about, let's get it inspired and be excited to play college football.
Yeah, I think that's a big deal, especially for the younger guys that aren't used to losing. They come from powerhouse high schools that don't lose much. So when you lose, at the college level, you kind of get bummed out. But he's basically telling us, remember that we're playing college football and it's a blessing to play. Not everybody can play. So I think that was a motivational factor for yesterday's practice. And it looked like everybody was flying around, and we just need to keep that going through tomorrow and Wednesday and every single day till the game. So
That's an interesting point. How do you cope when you come from a high school program where you know nothing but success, and now you work your way through a season like this? How do you get through that?
you just got to think positively. You got to understand that in college, everyone's good. Everybody recruits good athletes, and a lot of the times it doesn't go our way. But it definitely tests what you're made of, your character as a team, and individually as a defense. We talk about this is about winning games, but it's also testing our character. Are we just gonna lay down and continue losing, or are we gonna step up and win some games?
So North Texas is 0-6. On one hand, they're 0-6, but on the other hand, are they a little bit scary because they're still hungry for their first one?
Their offense, they have a good offense. We don't watch their defense, but their offense has a lot of potential. They don't look like they just, they haven't scored a lot of points throughout the season, but they're not as bad as they look as on paper. So yeah, definitely, it's a challenge, and I know they're gonna they're gonna want to beat us, especially because they haven't beat us yet. So I know they're hungry to get their first win at home and to beat us on Halloween night. But at the same time, we understand it's Halloween night for us, and we're just as hungry as them to get a win, because this isn't the expectations for us as a team to go 1-7 right now, or 1-7. So, we need to win some ball games too.
How much confidence do y'all have right now?
We have confidence. We believe in one another. I feel like we lean on each other. Everybody's leaning on one another, and offensively and defensively. Defensively is telling the offense look, guys, we need y'all this week. And offensively is all right, guys, well, y'all continue doing what y'all guys are doing. We're gonna fix whatever we got going on offense, and then we just got to keep playing. But I feel like everyone's got the right mentality, and it definitely showed yesterday in practice. So.
Confidence level at with this team, would you say?
I say we're still completely confident in ourselves and what we're capable of doing. We just hit some rough patches. Had some bad things happen and not go our way. But we had a really good practice last night. Really, focused and guys are still in this thing. No one's losing sight of our goals and what we can do, and we're going to finish this out the best of our ability. So.
How nice was it to have the bye week at that specific point in the schedule?
Definitely helped everyone because we've had a lot of injuries across the board. A lot of sore legs. You feel refreshed. That Sunday you wake up and you're like, I got to go back to work today. And so it was really good to have that time off.
Maybe more than ever, and it's cliched, but does it really need to be just one at a time? Focus only on North Texas right now.
Yes, we still got 5 or 6 weeks left, and it's really important to take it one game at a time, 1 week at a time. And even Coach Nethery says, one of our big mottos for this year is win the moment, and that even comes down to this practice or this meeting. And so we're just going to take everything one step at a time.
Mo Sanchez was making a good point that a lot of these players on this roster have come from wildly successful high school programs, and then when you're going through something like this, it can beat you down. What's the mission? What's the way to stay up amid something like this?
It's definitely challenging to do, mentally, because a lot of us did go to programs where we all went to the playoffs every year. Those types of situations, and now that we have to deal with this diversity. It's just something that the upperclassmen have to show them that you can't lose sight of what we need to do and what we're capable of doing, and just to keep these young guys going because next year like me and Mo aren't going to be here, so other guys are going to have to step up and show everyone that we got to keep going and pushing through no matter what happens.
North Texas at 0-6, can that be on the other side of the coin just as dangerous as a 6-0 team because they're so hungry too to get that first one?
Definitely, and they've definitely improved over the past couple of weeks. Even from just their game last week, they changed a lot of what they're doing on offense. And so as a defense, we got to prepare just like we're going into game 1 against Arizona. We're not going to take them lightly because we've seen them do a lot of things on film that no one thought they were capable of, and so it's not going to be a game where we just walk in and just win the game just by showing up.